Hello and welcome to Me and My Golf. We're your coaches, Andy and Pierce. It's Monday. It's all about you guys. We're doing the Impact Show. Pierce, what do we have in store?
Today, Andy, we're talking about the secrets to great ball striking. Let's take charge of your game.
Thanks for joining us here on the 14th at a very windy Asprey. It's September, which means it's all about long game on meandmygolf.com. So make sure you go and check it out. Loads of great content to help your long game, including a fantastic coaching series, Simple Secrets to Great Golf. You can go and sign up for free and get access to that. So make sure you do. Right, Pierce, the secret to ball striking. We're going to reveal the secret.
We can't, no, we can't tell them, surely.
We can. Now look, we're going to be talking really about the importance of striking your irons, and I think it's so key, and this is something that a lot of guys are aware of, Pierce, but it's so key to play consistent golf. A lot of people are trying to improve their ball striking but maybe finding it difficult, and we're going to really highlight two key things that are really stopping people actually from achieving this, aren't we? And I think if they can get this right, it's going to make a huge difference in their scores, because they're going to be able to strike their irons so much more solid, aren't they?
They are.
So let's start with the first thing, or actually sorry, let's start with just talking about what we're looking to achieve with the irons to get that solid strike.
Okay, so what we're looking for, I mean, we're often aware, a lot of people will look and see that we know that we swing on an arc, okay? So when the club swings on an arc around the body, what we're looking for is that the bottom of that arc is occurring after the golf ball. So that basically means that we have hit the golf ball, the club head is still traveling down, and then it has the low point after the golf ball. If you can do that, you've got a real good chance of being a great ball striker.
So how do the best players in the world achieve that? This is where we want to move towards. How do they get to this ball followed by the turf?
Okay, so what they're very good at, lots of different styles, but this is what we generally see when they are striking the golf ball, that when they strike it, they have a lot of pressure into that lead leg. So they get a lot of weight and pressure into this lead leg. We'll see that the club shaft is leant forward. We'll often see a lot of rotation from the body. So it's a very dynamic position. It's not like setup. We're not returning back to setup. We're returning back to this dynamic position with the pressure there, the shaft leant forward, and a lot of rotation.
Where do we see a lot of amateurs?
Okay, so we see a lot of amateurs, kind of similar to their setup. So they get back to the golf ball, the shaft doesn't really get forward a lot. They're not bad at getting the pressure forward, they're pretty good at that generally speaking. There's not a lot of rotation in the body when they're striking it, and it's just not as dynamic and as powerful and as optimal when they're striking the golf ball.
Okay, so look, this is where we want to move you towards. If we can get you closer to where the best players in the world are, you're going to be striking the golf ball better. But there are two main reasons that we see that golfers are struggling to get this. So let's go through the first one, please.
Okay, so the first one, getting very windy here now, club face. Okay, so if the club face towards the top of the backswing or even into this transition phase here gets into an open position, so we can see here the leading edge is running at a different angle to my lead forearm. If it gets into this open position from here, the brain tells you and shots tell you that you need to do everything you can to square the club face up. Now if you look at when I'm squaring the club face up here now, there's a lot of loft on the club. The shaft is leant back, there's not a lot of rotation, and maybe I'm not shifting pressure. If I, from this open position here, were to do all the good things that the great ball strikers would do, I'd lose the golf ball out to the right all of the time.
So we're really struggling because we're trying to make compensations to square the face.
Indeed.
So if we can get a squarer face, and let's just show the guys at home, Pierce, what a squarer face would look like at the top. And we're really looking at the leading edge, as you mentioned there, aren't we, Pierce, in relation to your lead forearm.
Yeah, so running out there parallel to that lead forearm.
And you'll see some of the best players in the world, they'll be square to actually slightly stronger. You know, people like John Rahm, Dustin Johnson, Zach Johnson even, they're in this slightly stronger position. And this gives them a reason to move, doesn't it? Move that lower body, engage and move forward and lean the shaft forward.
There are a lot more tall players with a strong club face position than a slightly weak club face position, for sure. So
second other thing that sort of lets people down.
Okay, and it kind of runs a little bit with the club face as well, but it's the length of swings. We see a lot of overswings when people are struggling with iron ball striking. Now when you overswing, you lose the connection of your arms to your body, so you lose that sequence. So your arms start running out of control of the body, and often when it goes too far as well, you probably can't see my club face, but I get this cup in the lead wrist, which gets that club face into an open position. So it kind of runs into the first part as well. So you lose sequence of the arms to the body, and you can open the club face as well. And again, you need to make the same manipulations on the way down, compensations on the way down.
That arm sort of run out, then we have to recover that on the way down.
We do.
So again, the compensations. So we're saying that basically if we can have a stronger club face in the
Yes.
backswing and downswing, and we can have a slightly shorter backswing, it's going to enable us and give us a reason to actually engage the lower body, move towards the target and lean the shaft forward. And if you can have those two things, you will hit the golf ball further, strike it more solid, and definitely be more consistent. And it just so happens we have a really good drill.
Yes.
Pierce, a tricky drill.
It is tricky.
To be practiced this
Yeah.
does. Talk us through it, and who do we get this from?
Okay, so this is actually, it's something that actually Matt Fitzpatrick just won a European Tour event just recently through his coach Pete Cowan. Now a lot of Pete Cowan students do this as well, the reverse hand grip or the cack-handed grip. Now if you were to actually just press pause on the video and go and get a golf club and try this cack-handed grip and then have some practice swings. Now what I want you to try and do is to try and overswing. Now that's quite hard. So overswinging becomes very difficult, but look what it does to my right wrist and my left wrist, okay? It puts them into very solid position, so a lot of bend in the right wrist, a very flat or even bowed left wrist as I'm swinging back. This is great for strengthening the club face and great for shortening the backswing.
Okay, just do that again for us, Pierce. So multiple reasons, as you mentioned, for this. If you swing back and you keep it pretty short there, you can see it's great for the right arm, it folds the right arm, it bends the right wrist, it flattens the left wrist, and look at the club face there, really strong. And from there, we have now a fantastic reason to move and drive towards the target. So this is a tricky, I mean, we've practiced this and we've hit some horrendous shots doing this. And it does take a lot of practice, but if you can do this consistently, hit shots with it and get better and better at it, it's going to give you the feel and it's going to train a squarer face and a shorter golf swing.
We
So
did
it's
a
big
challenge Tuesday on the 11th actually with
We
this.
did.
I'll check that out, that was quite fun. Okay, so you want me to hit a shot with this? Yeah?
I'd like you to have a go, Pierce.
Recommend teeing it up. You can hit them off the ground, but I think a lot of practice swings is a good place to start.
Yeah.
As we say with all of these drills. But as you'll see from this, I won't try and shorten my swing, it just will be shorter. All right, slightly to the right.
But pretty solid strike
Pretty
on
good.
that, Pierce. A little bit maybe off to the right, but again, really difficult thing to do. Pierce has made that look fairly easy. It is hard to do, but if you can practice it, it's certainly going to give you some good feels of what the arms and the wrist should be doing, as well as keeping it short. So I think more practice needed, Pierce, and I think it's a fantastic drill, isn't it? If a lot of people did this drill, they would play some more consistent golf.
Straight away when I'm doing that, I think I'll hit another one in a moment now. Have you got a golf ball there, Andy?
I
I'll hit a normal shot. But if I just have a few practice swings and hit a few shots, my wrists are really feeling where I want them to go. So when I hit a shot now, I'll just hit a normal one. So now I'm just going to hit this shot, have a practice swing first of all, just like almost like a waggle. So getting those good wrist angles, taking my normal grip then, and we'll find that hopefully I can recreate those same wrist angles when I'm swinging back.
And there you go. So look, great strike there. You can see the divot coming out of the ground there, but ball's gone slightly left.
Yeah.
And that's great because we know then that drill has spilled over into actually strengthening the club face due to the wrist angles. So look, guys, the secret to great ball striking does lie within the club face and really creating a good backswing to set you up, really, Pierce.
It does, and look, we would much prefer see someone come to us with a strong club face if they're trying to improve their ball striking. You know, it's a lot easier with the strong club face than obviously the open face, as we're saying.
Guys, hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you post any comments and questions about this video or anything else you have down below, and we'll get back to as many as we can. Thanks for watching. So we hope you enjoyed that, guys. Now look, if you really want to improve your ball striking, we have the perfect answer, don't we, Pierce?
We sure do. Andy, what they need to do is they need to go to meandmygolf.com, get free access to the amazing coaching series, Strike Your Irons Pure. We know you'll love it. We know it's going to help you, and we'll see you there.